I can't find the words to explain to you how good these pro gamers are.
He's actually extending his units as he leaves the base. He's trying to get so many other players' face that there's not even time for the Baylings to finish.
Naniwa's got his army split up. He's got one attack on the right-hand side. Another chasing down the army. Storm's come down.
These are the best of the best in esports history.
And Hux starting to blink forward as the Zealots are removed. The supply goes in Hux's favor.
So much energy. Where did that energy come from? Tanks desperately trying to target fire down Queens.
The Archon's moving forward. A lot is going down here, and only Colossus left over.
He's starting to get some feedbacks down. He's starting to advance forward. Another vortex.
There's the blink forward, trying to get underneath those Brood Lords. Oh, he sends the vortex.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, hello from the MLG studios here in New York City, and welcome back to the Winter Season Showdowns, where every single day, pretty much, we have a best of 5 among the best players in the world in Heart of the Swarm. Every single one of these players trying to get a spot at the Winter Championship event in Dallas, Texas on March 15th. My name is axeltoss, joined by axslav, bringing you the commentary of this awesome event. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can, at axeltoss and at isaxslav. But what a spectacular week of action we had last week among the ESF players, and now it's time to move along into the Western/Independent players. This Winter Season Showdowns, it just keeps getting better and better with these matches.
It really does. I mean, we've seen so many great matches. There's so many more coming up for us. These independent Western guys are going to be really exciting to watch play because, of course, they're exposed to a lot of different styles of strategies because they play in Korea. A lot of them, a lot of them have teammates who are from Europe or from North America, so they're more exposed to those strategies as well. It's going to be really exciting to see what they bring to the table.
Of course, let's take a look at what's coming up for you guys with the Western and independent players. Of course, today is Sunday. We're going to do MC versus Alive. It's going to be awesome. Tomorrow, Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern, we got Tasia versus Violet. That's going to be awesome as well. And of course, Hero versus Polt coming your way on Tuesday. So if you're one of those guys who writes stuff down, do that now. 5 p.m. Eastern. Every single day, we have something awesome going on, and if you miss anything, the VODs will be available in full, 1080p HD, on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/official MLGSE2. And while you're there, support MLG, drop a subscription. We're getting close to Call of Duty. Not that close. We're getting some momentum. I'm proud of you guys for showing that support to the YouTube channel. Of course, you get notified every time a new video goes up. If you miss a series, you can go watch it 1080p HD. Take advantage of that if you miss it live, but if you can catch it live, that's great too, because then you can interact with the community. That being said, before this match gets started, hop on Reddit, hop on Team Liquid, have a conversation about what's going on. Tell people this is happening, because this is Alive versus MC, a best of 5 in Heart of the Swarm that should be fantastic.
I'm super excited for this match. I mean, MC, the boss toss. It's been a little while since we've gotten a chance to see him play, but every time MC plays, it's always a great match. This guy, he just asserts his will on his opponents. I mean, it almost doesn't matter what strategy he does. They look simple, but it's just like he makes it work. It's almost as like you can feel when he's doing like a gateway timing or mass late game airplay or whatever. It feels different. It's the same units, but you can feel like this, just like this massive presence behind the units, just pushing them forward and forcing them to do more than they could normally do.
Speaking of presence, let's see if MC can gift himself that spot to the Winter Championship event. Of course, the winner of this best of 5 gets an all-expenses-paid trip to the Winter Championship event on March 15th. The bottom left-hand location is the red Protoss player. Some call him Boss Toss from SK. He is MC. His opponent, the Terran player in the top right-hand location, is the blue Terran player, Alive. He's currently teamless, but a very, very, very strong Terran player.
Cloud Kingdom is our starting map. This map is pretty cool because you can see a lot of early aggressive attacks going on because it's a fairly short rushing distance. But also in the mid game, there's a lot of cool positionings. There's that ridge in the middle, it's very important. There's a lot of ramps, but it's not like a very two-dimensional map where on the ramps it's just one person on one side, other person on the other side. There's multiple routes to go, so it's easy to work around your opponent. You can cut through the left side or the right side. There's just a lot of cool tactical options on Cloud Kingdom. It's one of my favorite maps.
Yeah, and of course, you know, I don't know if you're saying that with Wings Liberty in mind, with Heart of the Swarm in mind, but obviously plenty of new strategies able to be utilized by these two players. This is Heart of the Swarm beta. Lots of fun toys these guys can use. Of course, that being said, MC opening up double gas here, which, I mean, expansion builds can happen, but we see Alive, I should say, not taking a gas, which implies he's going to go for that very fast command center, which that SCV is going to do. And MC going for that fast double gas, this is going to open up some opportunity for him to apply a lot of aggression, maybe tech up really fast to Stargate, get an Oracle out. There's a lot of dangerous things MC can do right now, and Alive is about to scout that out. Of course, sending that SCV across the map, going to spot this double gas, and then is going to start thinking, all right, what is MC up to? He's the king of conforming these builds, of creating brilliant madness from the Protoss race as far as timing pushes are concerned. And I would be a little scared if I'm Alive, but we'll have to see if he can, you know, he can go for a build that's safe against anything.
He's already building a second barracks before gas, so he's definitely going to use Marines as his primary defensive tool. The Mothership Core can do some damage picking them. In fact, MC's rushing
really
that
fast.
out.
That's such a fast Mothership Core.
Very, very fast. And he's sacrificing a lot of economy in multiple ways. Not only with the much lower expansion than Alive, but also he cut 2 probes to get that Mothership Core out that fast, which means that he almost has to get some damage done, or else it's not going to be worth the investment. It looks like he's actually just going to follow this up with an expansion. So
interesting.
As long as there's a bunker in the front, the gateway units won't really be able to support the Mothership Core, so it's going to be on its own. And with the number of barracks Alive has, I feel like he's going to hold this off without much of a problem at all.
MC still a bit away from that 400 middle count he needs to put down that expansion, and I feel like he has to do a decent amount of damage with this Stalker and this Mothership Core. Going to try to harass these Marines. The bunker is complete, so they could always run into that, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Now, MC can wrap around to the main base with the Mothership Core, trying to get some damage done to the SCVs, and its expansion is just now going down. Alive's expansion is already done, being made into an orbital command. Alive is handling this pretty well so far. MC not able to get much damage done. Yeah,
I'm really curious as to why he rushed out that Mothership Core without much of a support for it, because it does hurt your economy. Of course, the advantage is it still is collecting energy, right? So maybe he can construct a mass gateway timing that'll hit in a couple minutes, and it'll have 2 time warps instead of the normal 1.
Fair enough.
And that could be an advantage. In fact, actually, very, very fast Stargate following his expansion, and the Mothership Core can combine well with Stargate units as it can support them as they hit from weird angles into the Terran base.
Yep, and of course, recall is always going to be available. Assuming you have the energy, you can tag the Mothership Core along with, you know, a Void Ray, etc. And if you feel threatened, you can just get out of there. Of course, there's no ability to warp in on the high ground, so it's not like MC can place a pylon near his main base and then warp in up there. So we'll have to see what MC ends up doing. He could just go for some sort of harassment type play and then take a fast third, but again, that's dangerous to a certain extent against a Terran player who does go bio and a fast stim, because usually that stim timing does revolve around hitting that third. So we'll keep an eye on that. There's the Oracle from MC, and meanwhile, we have an engineering bay already on the way from Alive, so he has the ability to place down a turret, going to start +1 right away, and we'll have to see if MC can get damage done with this Oracle.
I love the kind of scouting battle both these players have been doing. Of course, MC trying to keep that Mothership Core to deny any scouting from Alive. Alive forcing it back with the Marines, putting the SCV on the Watchtower. Now he's going to attack, trying to hit a combat shield timing with a lot of Marines. And if MC's Oracle is not there to defend, it could be a little bit true. Well, actually,
he might run over the Marines here.
Oh, he might, and that would be great for Alive. Is he going to get
Oracle? Yes.
Oh, very fast reaction from MC there.
40 HP. It scared me for a second, but MC knows how important that unit is at this point in time. More importantly, Alive, he sees the Oracle. He's going to be fine back home, and he's going to start applying some pressure. MC trying to accumulate the energy on that. Has a Time Warp available, has maybe 2. He has Photon Overcharge available as well. Going to place that down. And I don't know if Alive wants to continue forward with this.
There's no way he should try to go for it. A Photon Overcharge with Force Fields would just be a massacre for the Marines, but he did force 100 energy out of that Nexus. He knows the air is a threat. He's got some Marines in his main that are ready to deflect that Oracle, but you know, I feel he should add a missile turret as well,
sure.
Unless he wants to permanently keep a whole squad of Marines there.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, you can use that money for something else, so leave the Marines there for now until you're ready to do a push, but yeah, I agree. Eventually, he wants to get that turret down. Oracle's swinging in there, going to back away immediately. And we're seeing a starport added on, reactor onto that factory, of course, so we can make medevacs 2 at a time right when that finishes. Maybe get a Viking out as well. Oracle going to come in there and try to snipe away one SCV. Mission accomplished there, but is the Oracle gonna pay for this from the side?
Some nice moves by MC. Really stutter some of that
It's
Oracle,
dead,
getting
though.
a couple kills. Is it gonna get
the
out?
Marines!
Oh,
Barely
nice.
getting it.
Nicely done by Alive there. Cornering, of course. Cloud Kingdom not quite enough air distance behind the main to keep that Oracle alive. I feel like MC knew that would probably be a suicide mission when he sent it up there.
Okay.
But he did gain a couple good pieces of knowledge. He knows the starport timing. He knows for sure his opponent's going bio. Right? Sometimes they just do a bring poke and go back. And he knows the upgrades. He knows there's only a single eBay, not two. So he knows Alive wasn't rushing upgrades.
And he got a couple SCV kills.
Exactly, and he knows there's no third CC, so he knows exactly what's coming in, which is going to be pretty much a 2-base powering build. Phoenix Scout confirms it. He's going to be on defensive mode while trying to catch up and get ahead in upgrades, maybe get a tech advantage as well.
Yeah, 3 gateways on the way. Again, that double forge blink is on the way. So he's going to start 1-1 fairly quickly, adding on an Immortal as well. So he's investing a lot into the mid game at this point, a lot into 2 bases, ensuring he doesn't die. Now, I wouldn't be surprised once he gets this Immortal out, maybe a second one, if he goes and tries to secure that 3rd base. But you know, obviously there's plenty of advantages just holding 2 bases right now. You got a choke that you can work with. You have the ability to lay down a photon overcharge onto the Nexus, and you don't have to, you know, worry about spreading out your units too much. So he might wait a little bit to take that 3rd base instead.
Alive going for a 2-pronged attack here. Units in from the front. Medevacs here at the back. They're about to zoom into the main here.
Yep, there goes the Photon, or not, Ignite Afterburner is going to be dropping the Marines into his opponent's main base. The Marauders mixed into the Stalker's trying to come in there to deal with it. Blink is not yet done, and I think Alive has a decent composition to deal. Oh, actually, Marauder getting picked up, and look at the Marines getting diced away there, so that was actually pretty good for MC.
I would say that was a solid win. I mean, units in the front were just absolutely turned back by the Sentry Immortal Zealot force. I can't tell who got ahead there. I feel it was a fairly even trade, but MC will be happy because Alive could have taken a very fast 3rd base from the opening, but instead he powered out those units to try to get some damage done, was unable to get that damage done. Now Alive is still in a very good position, just because that Oracle did no damage, he had the faster expansion, but MC's playing catch up now but with that stellar defense.
Yep. We're going to see Alive going to scan, going to try to find out what's going on, but the Stalker's blinking down to low ground. There's the Guardian Shield from MC. Has 2 Immortals there as well, so I think he should be able to hold this 3rd no problem whatsoever. But Alive does have that mobility in the medevac Ignite Afterburners, so we'll have to see if he tries to pick up and do some multi-prong harassment, but we've seen MC being able to deal with that without too much trouble in the beginning stages of this game. Adding on a High Templar Archives charge on the way, 2-2 just now beginning, but Ghost Academy. Great timing there from Alive being added on, and that 3rd should be moving over there soon. There it goes, made into an orbital, gonna move over to that 3rd base, starting a 2-2 of his own. So Alive has that supply advantage, 144 to 113, but I still think this is anyone's game.
It's very, very even. Upgrades are dead even. Tech looks very similar. Alive trying to tip the scales in his favor with this Mass 4 medevac drop. Ignite Afterburners. There's only a single Zealot in the base to defend. He might even cancel charge.
Oh no, the medevac's charging in here, and so many Marines and Marauders going to be dropped down. The pylon getting taken down, and that Twilight Council is going to be targeted. And MC, the High Templar Archives too.
Oh, 2 of MC's critical tech buildings falling.
He can't even deal with this with the Stalkers.
I mean, the Stalkers can blink in, they're mobile, but that's too big of a force for Stalkers to deal with alone.
Oh my gosh, Alive.
How is he going to stop this?
Playing the Terran race so well here. There's a time warp. There's Mothership Core on the 3rd, but he has to bring this army back, but if he brings his army back, he loses the 3rd, so he's just going to straight up engage his army outside of his 3rd base, and then potentially retreat to his main base, but the damage has already been done, losing every single tech building. MC realizing, you know what, it's checkmate, I lost too much stuff. He's getting a 3rd. He essentially killed my main and all the probes there. His tech is fine, he has 2-2 on the way, his Ghost Academy is probably done. MC just fell too far behind after that medevac drop.
He really did. I mean, that was a situation where, as Protoss in Heart of the Swarm, you got to have that scouting net out. And MC with his opening, he didn't have those observers. So he had to use his Stargate units. And what's cool is that first drop Alive did, he sniped off that Phoenix. And that Phoenix was MC's, you know, that he would have had that on patrol. He didn't feel like he could afford to replace it. Without scouting, it's so hard to really detect those drops coming in. And, I mean, even if he held this drop, without charge or storm, 2 or 3 minutes
once
later.
those are gone, I mean, you have to kill those, you You have to discover those
Yeah.
medevacs before they go in there. Like
Yeah.
once those medevacs are able to drop so close to your tech structures, what can you do? Mothership, maybe Mothership recall.
Yeah, I mean, he might have recalled and he would lost his third, but and he was just a live play that so brilliantly.
I mean, another option is potentially hallucinate out of the sentries, but when you're talking about PBT, energy is so important when it comes to force fields and stuff. So, very tricky situation there from MC, not able to scout out those medevacs. Something else he could have done, I guess, leave his stalkers underneath his third to potentially watch over those medevacs, because what else are those stalkers really doing?
That's true. If you had the vision, I don't even know if you can quite see the very bottom, though.
Oh, with the stalkers?
It's very close. It's very close.
If you keep him in this area.
Yeah. There's an angle you can check him out.
But yeah, very interesting game one there. Alive taking a very nice victory from the start, just being very, very aggressive and ultimately converting to victory in game number one of this best of 5. Stay tuned though, this is a best of 5 in the heart of the storm. MC is not one to give up, so we'll have to see what kind of work he can do in game number 2. Stay tuned.